There is a very real possibility that AJ Styles is going to be retiring at the Royal Rumble. In case you have somehow managed to miss the news, but AJ Styles will be taking on Gunther at the upcoming Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles' career is on the line. Now, this obviously raised a lot of eyebrows because the wound still feels very, very fresh from the John Cena retirement. And I don't think a lot of people were quite expecting AJ Styles to be in this position in the month of January. So in this video, we're going to be talking all about the news about AJ Styles' career being on the line against Gunther, and we're going to also take a look into what it necessarily means for AJ Styles and for Gunther. Real quickly, before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That is all we post is WWE related content. So if you're a WWE fan, again, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So is there a legit possibility that we could see AJ Styles retire at the Royal Rumble? The answer is obviously yes. Now, something to keep in mind is this is something that we all kind of knew in the back of our heads that this was going to come eventually this year. We know that AJ Styles has said in the past that 2026 will be his final year. Again, I just don't necessarily think we were expecting it to happen the first month of 2026. And while I was never expecting a retirement tour like what we got with John Cena, I was still kind of hoping that we would get some of AJ Styles' best hits a little bit. Because this is a guy that means a whole heck of a lot to a lot of people. This is a guy who made a lot of people fall in love with professional wrestling, whether it be in TNA, New Japan, or the WWE. At one point in time, this guy was considered the best professional wrestler in the world. So I think it's very important to remember that AJ Styles means a lot to a lot of people. Maybe not necessarily on the level of John Cena, but it is still someone that deserves to be shown the respect and given his flowers for everything that he has done for this company, for the entire pro wrestling world. Now, what it could mean for Gunther. Obviously, they are still building up Gunther to be this monster heel. Now, obviously, I have made a lot of videos talking about Gunther and what my hopes were coming into this year for him, coming off of the John Cena retirement, and being billed as the career taker, retiring guys like Goldberg, John Cena, and now possibly AJ Styles. And Gunther declaring for the Royal Rumble kind of leaves it up in the air as to whether or not he's actually going to show up in the Rumble. Obviously, still having his match with AJ Styles, but it did kind of sound like Gunther was still going to be in the Rumble. So how it's all going to go down, we don't necessarily know, obviously. But there are a lot of different avenues that you could go about this if you're the WWE. The first is obviously you have AJ Styles lose and retire, and that's the end of his career. You have AJ Styles winning, which I think would end up really, really hurting Gunther a lot more than it would AJ Styles. And then you have the possibility of there being some sort of interference, causing a disqualification, and that kind of extending this feud into possibly maybe WrestleMania. Now, whether it has the legs for a WrestleMania feud is still yet to be determined. But again, kind of going back to giving AJ Styles his flowers, I think AJ Styles deserves to go out on a big, big stage like WrestleMania. Not saying that the Royal Rumble isn't a bigger stage, because obviously it is. It's one of the big four PLEs for the WWE. And I know there's going to be the argument about John Cena retiring on an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, but let's be real. That show was not a typical Saturday Night's Main Event episode. It was billed all around John Cena's retirement match. And let's be real. They could have had that in a bigger venue and they still probably would have sold out. So again, there's a lot of different ways and avenues that WWE can take this. I just hope that they choose the right one. Whether that be AJ Styles retiring at the Royal Rumble or possibly somehow finding a way to extend this feud into a WrestleMania. Now again, how do we get to that point? I have no idea. Because again, I don't necessarily see Gunther losing to AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, because a loss again would really, really hurt Gunther, in my opinion. Again, someone that they're trying to build up to be the big, bad, scary monster heel. And let's be honest, we really don't know which avenue that they're taking Gunther right now. We thought we did, but so my hope is that we do not see AJ Styles retiring at the Royal Rumble. Because again, I feel like it would really, really suck to see AJ Styles retiring in the first month of 2026. And again, I know that he said that this is going to be his last year, but I think that there are still a lot of matches that people want to see with AJ Styles. Again, we saw John Cena's greatest hits. I think it'd be nice to see AJ Styles get something similar like that. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you want to see with AJ Styles versus Gunther. And do you actually see AJ Styles retiring at the Royal Rumble? Again, obviously, this is the decision for AJ Styles himself to make. If this is the way he wants to go out, then so be it. But I just don't know if pro wrestling fans can handle John Cena's retirement followed up very, very closely with AJ Styles' retirement. So as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in the description for a reason, and that is because it will take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel. I do strongly suggest going and checking out our X page because besides YouTube, I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. We are also over on Instagram and TikTok. Over there, you can expect clips from these videos, and it's just another place for me to post when I do upload a video on here to YouTube. So if you do enjoy these videos and you're looking for some extra content, again, Linktree link in the description. It'll take you to wherever you want to go. So with all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free. Both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here. It genuinely means the world to me that you do. And as always, stay tuned for more WWE content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.